Brian Manzella, director of the Brian Manzella Golf Academy at English Turn Golf and Country Club in New Orleans, Louisiana. Tiger Woods won the 2012 Memorial with a Tiger Woods-worthy highlight reel lob shot on the 16th hole. Faced with the ball in heavy rough, downhill lie to a slick green with water behind it, Tiger was able to play a high, soft shot that rolled gently into the hole for an unexpected birdie, leading him to his second victory of 2012. I'm going to show you how Tiger played it and a few things you can do to help you increase your chances of pulling the shot off when the heat is on. The first thing we want to do is distinguish between the difference between a normal pitch shot and a lob shot. So a normal pitch shot is more like a mini swing where you have a normal grip and the club face is maybe just a little bitty bit open, but you probably don't open it very much in your hands. And then you have sort of a normal ball position and you're trying to line the shaft up just a little bit of forward lean. Get a little mini trap. But with a lob shot, very, very different kind of impact. You're trying to open the face as much as you can and more or less slide the club under the ball. Of course, you got to hit the ball some. We're going to talk about that in a second. The first thing we want to do is determine how we're going to get this club face open. There's a couple of ways to do it. You can use them either by themselves or in tandem. You can either turn the face open, whatever amount you wish, and then go ahead and grip it, or you can just take a normal grip and then just turn your arms to have it open. Some people do a little bit of both. I'm more of a slightly open and turn my arms a little bit to get the club open. Now you've got this open face, you can't really set up right at the target. You're gonna have to, if you played the shot with the open face and made a normal path, the ball would go slightly to the right. So you see the best players that pull this shot off, like Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson, will open their stance and aim their stance slightly to the left. Now here's where a lot of people get in trouble trying to hit a lob shot. They know their target is, let's say, one of these trees right here. On a normal setup, they would have no problem maybe swinging along that stance line. But all of a sudden you turn that stance line to the left and you still know where that target is. What you're supposed to be doing is swinging along your feet or along your body, swinging left of where the club face is. But a lot of people seeing that target over there will swing inside out of their body, and that's going to lead to a low point that's way too far behind the ball, potentially blading the ball across the green or worse. When you're playing a lob shot, you want to make sure there's enough grass under the ball to slip this club underneath it. Not completely, but underneath it, right? So if you're trying to play a lob shot off a really firm lie, you're gonna have a tough time with it. But when you open the face, the club with a square face has a certain height to it, and as you open the face, you make the club effectively a little shorter, giving you a better chance to slip it underneath the ball. Well, Tiger does another thing that even makes the club get a little lower yet. He lowers the shaft, and when you do that, I'll show you a couple different angles. So here's my open face and slightly open stance. I can lower the shaft, and then I'm gonna have to kind of squat down to get to the club. That's gonna give you more of an open face and even a better chance if you can keep your levels and keep your knees bent and bent over enough to slip the club underneath the ball. You're gonna be able to make a lot harder swing playing this shot than you would ever think you would. With a 60-degree wedge, with the face turned a little open in my hands and maybe a little open in my arms, with the shaft laid down. I don't have 90 degrees aloft, but I've got a whole bunch, and I only hit this 60-degree wedge real hard, maybe 85 or 90 yards. So you can kind of do the math. You start making it a 70-degree, 75-degree, 80-degree club, you're gonna be able to make a swing that might go 50 or 60 yards, and I think the shot that Tiger played in the Memorial, certainly he could have hit a standard L wedge almost 100 yards with that shot. So you got to be careful, because if you catch it with the face square, it's going to go the regular distance. So let's see if I can pull this shot off with what we've learned. Open the face a little bit, open my stance a little bit, make sure I swing along my foot line, keeping the face open. Might want to make a couple of practice swings where you have the club face still kind of skyward as it goes through the ball. Figure out how hard I have to swing. Open, lowered, and a relatively hard swing. Really soft, well played lob shot. I got a chance to make a putt and get up and down from a tough spot. I promise you that if you work on these fundamentals for this lob shot, you'll be very surprised with just a little bit of practice, you'll be ready to pull off your big play.